Hey folks, it's time for yet another custom lesson. This one has been requested by Ib, who I know as Jesus and Tequila on Twitch. So, in keeping with the video, this player wanted to see fists and sword. Preferably one of them was going to be purity based. And then there's 4 cores, which I'll talk about soon enough. And then guardian spirits that improve survivability. One of them has to be brute. And then later I'll be fighting Yomi and first samurai version of Otakemaru. So that'll be challenging. Let's get on to the weapons real quick. So the soul cores are Gozuki, Ippon, Itsumade, Nightmarebringer, and for that reason, because they're expensive, I wanted to make sure I had something that helped support the high anima cost. So I got Demon Horde Katana because of this anima bonus on grapple. Other than that, it has purity, life drain, active skill, which is great. The fists, just purity, life drain, active skill. So yeah, let's get on to the soul cores, and let me take away my controller real briefly. I always seem to forget to do that. Now, in talking about the soul cores on the Guardian Spirit, well, Ho-Oh's great. Reason being, a lot of purity weapon support, you take less damage against yokai, and Calming Breath basically means if you're out of combat or enemies just don't notice you, you'll regenerate your health, which is great and kind of fits what the player was looking for. But in all honesty, the main reason I picked this was because of the high attunement limit. These soul cores have crazy attunement cost. Nightmarebringer's is 10, and Gozuki's is 9. Ippon's is 6, but I'll show why that is in a moment. But yeah, I need space to be able to use all these soul cores. So that's why I put it on here. I could have put Itsumade on here, but it seemed kind of antithetical given that Ho-Oh is purity and Itsumade is corruption based, so I chose not to put it on here. When it comes to the soul cores themselves, I didn't bother ranking these up like at all. I pretty much just transformed them into phantom cores if I needed to, and that's that. If you do choose to use corrupted weapons, definitely boost this up, but other than that, I didn't care. Same with Gozuki. Didn't really bother boosting its rank whatsoever. It's not really necessary, and all I cared for was the yokai ability Key Pulse. Everything else is merely coincidence. Last but not least, Ippon. The reason why its attunement cost is 6 as opposed to 7 is simply because I have an attunement cost of -1. I didn't bother ranking it up, and I really don't think you'll need to either. Now, things are going to change when we get to the secondary Guardian Spirit of Inosasao. This is the one time I'm going to advise you boost all your cores to rank 30. But before I talk about that, let me mention why I picked Inosasao. Simply put, damage taken mid-attack, -15%. That is the number one reason, and everything else kind of just facilitates being more defensive and being okay with taking damage. So survivability definitely goes up, and if you use things like Veteran's Armor or Hairy Caterpillar Helmet or stuff like that, or just any of the things that reduce the damage you take while you're attacking, then it only gets even crazier. So yeah, this is just a baseline. Now, when it comes to the soul cores, the choices, Itsumade was a given since I was requested. Onryoki I picked because it also has the damage taken mid-attack, and I figured it'd be cool to see the soul core once again. You may notice, hey, rank 30. Why is that? Like I said, just for this. You want to boost this up as much as you can, so for sure get it up to rank 30. The anima bonus damage taken AA doesn't really stack too well with this. Letter grades in general don't stack too well. If I'm not mistaken, I think it just goes up to AA+, which is like unremarkable difference. So again, main reason I boosted it was for this. And yeah, all I cared for otherwise was the yokai ability Key Pulse. Let's get on to the next core, Itsumade. This was specifically requested. Boost this one up to 30. Anima bonus on purification. Getting an extra 1.6 anima is awesome. Also, if you are using corrupted weapons, it does help to have this as well. So for sure, boost this one up to 30. Last but not least, Aberrant Soldier. I didn't boost it up to 30, but I would strongly advise you do so. These two lock stats are phenomenal when at rank 30. I think the efficient yokai abilities goes up to like 17.3%. I don't actually remember. But the anima bonus timely guard goes up to like 2.6, which really helps for a defensive style play. And also turning Itsumade, which is a massive nuke, and getting some anima back is awesome. And one nice general theme is that because I have the anima bonus damage taken, you guys don't recall, Itsumade and Onryoki are fairly long animations, so if I get hit, so what? I get some anima back. And then with having Aberrant Soldier's benefit here, if I get any kills, I get even more anima back. So it's really awesome. But alright, enough about that. Let me get my controller back up so you can see exactly what I'm doing, because I'm going to showcase some really crazy power plays when it comes to Yokai Shift. Because yeah, you've got a lot of power behind this. Alright, I'm just gonna Ippon spam a little. Come on, can you just deplete his ki, dude? This is a great showcase. Alright, awesome. This is how I like to open stuff up with Ho-Oh. Alright? Nightmare Bringer. Alright, and then charge up. And usually you can teleport in unless the target dies, as it is in my case. So let me just continue with how things would go. Do a bunch of normal attacks, throw in Gozuki to be totally extra. But yeah, it's remarkably powerful. Let me showcase this one last time, the general rotation that I would advise. Okay. So that, start charging up your attack the moment you can. As soon as you fire it, you'll teleport, do Ippon, do a bunch of normal attacks, Gozuki. You can of course mix things up, into that, provided you're in the Dark Realm, so you can get another source of confusion off that way, so you don't have to rely on Nightmare Bringer. Again, it's really just your choice. This is also really fun and thematic, but it really is just up to you. That's just kind of like my preference, but there's no right or wrong answer here. Let me showcase Inosasao, how I like to start with it. This one's a little bit different. Can't go as Unga Bunga as you do with Ho-Oh, but it's still remarkably powerful. Alright, let's deplete his ki. I'm just gonna spam Aberrant until... Okay, great. Here we go. Here's how I like to open it. Guardian Spirit into Itsumade. Even if they dodge back, not really a big deal. With this Yokai Shift form, you don't have to worry so much about taking damage, specifically if you stack a bunch of damage taken mid-attack. Ow. But what can be nice, and the reason why I say that, is because if you take damage, you'll charge up your Yokai Shift a little bit, and while you don't generally want to take damage, you can at least spam some soul cores a bit more readily. So while it's not ideal to take damage, at least you have some recourse in case you do. As you can see, there's still a lot of crazy things you can do, despite the long animations, and it can be absolutely devastating, so definitely mess around with it. It's certainly very powerful, but again, keep in mind, we have a 10 cost, 8 cost, 7 cost, 8 cost, 6 cost, and then the cheapest one is 3, so yeah, you gotta make sure you are constantly generating your anima. But let's just showcase some cool combos that you can do with these. I'll try to just use the whole package to give you some ideas. It's kind of nutty. You have potential access to confusion almost at all times, but I'll just try to showcase some other things anyway. What you got? Alright, come on, I forgot that I'm using Purity. Let's go. Look at this beauty. And I know people love their Zuna cancels, provided my target actually would cooperate. It'll look better against a ninja. For whatever reason, that warrior is like pretty heavy, so it just won't work as well as I'd hoped. Alright, here we go. Let's try it, buddy boy. You're dead. Alright, let's do some other things. Alright, what you got? Yeah, pretty devastating, right? It's pretty devastating. Let me try to simplify a little bit with some decent weapon-based combos, just to give you some ideas. Flying Fist into Tiger Sprint's always nice. So you can turn your disengage with the fists into something a bit more of like a hit-and-run sort of thing. Oh, you actually dodged it, dude? What a jerk. Oh well. Well, now you can see that may not work the best. But let me show you what will. Where are you going, dude? Frick out of here. Nope, you're done. So yeah, battering ram into Gozuki, because what's not to love about that? He's probably just gonna die. Yeah, there you go. It's pretty powerful. Many humans can't really deal with a lot of the sustained pressure. Alright, anyway, let's go. Let's see what else I can generate for you. Alright, I know something I can do. It'll take a little practice. It'll be Flying Fist into True and Through. Okay. Whatever, I don't need to do that. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Here, let me showcase something you can do. You could blow them up. That's what you could do. Here, I'll showcase another combo. And let me try this once again. Alright, let's go. Actually, that had nothing to do with it. I know what I want to do. You can switch in between a Nightmare Bringer and then do a Brute Attack, so it never feels like you're done. So throw out Nightmare Bringer, you can do Brute Attacks. And then start using Soul Cores towards the end of that animation. Yeah, still can't use the Soul Cores towards the end of the animation. But it's still kind of dirty. Alright, let's see how devastating it is against a human. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, that is not what I had in mind whatsoever. Whatever, who cares? You dead? Yeah, you're basically dead. Alright. Now I know what I want to do. Sorry about that indecision. They're not gonna be able to survive this, so I'm not gonna even bother doing Beyond Infinity. There's almost no point. They're just gonna die. You've got constant stagger, ton of damage. Kind of ridiculous. As you can see, I'm a big fan of using Onryoki quite a bit. Nice try, buddy boy. Yeah, I don't really think there's much else I need to say except you're going to do a lot of damage, a lot of key damage, but you got to make sure to sustain the anima. I guess I'll try to kill an enemy one last time using the whole package. Well, trying, because I'm pretty sure they'll die before I can even really bother to mess with the whole thing anyway. It's honestly not going to matter. He's just going to die before I can really get to play with my food. And the gameplay showcase that you'll see soon enough is really just going to highlight this. Like, look, I can't really showcase that much because they're just dead. So, after my Ippon, you can do a bunch of different attacks. Let's just switch forms for the hell of it. It's just straight up remarkable. You have access to confusion, you got a bunch of power plays. And there's a lot of variety you can mix in even with just Yokai Shift. Yeah, whatever, I don't care, dude. Yeah, I think honestly that's good enough. Or is it? Alright. That's Yokai Shift, alright? So it's just, it's maddening power. I barely have time to really focus on the weapon play. It's pretty remarkable. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun using the Brute Attack. to make it feel like you got a quicker core startup. It's just so freaking seamless, man. That's not seamless, but who cares? We'll just blow him up, right? Oh, I didn't blow him up that time. Okay, fine. I used the Gozuki. Now you're dead. Alright, good enough, right? Any case, I think I have hopefully given you quite a few ideas, so let's move on to the gameplay showcase. I'll see you guys soon enough. It's time to put this to the test. So I am in fact fighting Yomi and then a purple first samurai Otakemaru. So I gotta make sure I know what I'm doing. Fortunately, things like Lightning Stop Talisman basically nullify a significant irritation that this fight can have. But even if you're immune to lightning, as I am for some time, Yomi has a ton of attacks, so I am preoccupied with making sure she cannot do a thing, keeping purity on her, doing a lot of key damage as much as I can. Fists and Ippon and Gozuki help a ton with that, which just interrupt her constantly, but you gotta worry about all those attacks, like this one. Oh, that's crazy. And if I had been electrified, it would have made it that much worse. Hopefully you got to see the value of Onryoki there. I took some damage, but it didn't really look like it was that much of a big deal, which is the point of soul cores like that. So, in any case, we've dealt with over 50% of her health. I'm constantly interrupting her, doing a ton of pressure plays. I go for another Beyond Infinity. I think I whiffed the last bit, and I was a little upset, so I was like, here, take the hammer. Oh, yeah, this, definitely. Take the hammer, take a kick. And so now she's done. But the main enemy of this is a purple Otakemaru from the first samurai, so this is going to be extra challenging. Fortunately, Otakemaru does not have the most ki, and if I'm using purity-based weapons, it can really make things that much easier. And of course, by using Ho-Oh, I can inflict purity much more often. So you're going to see me do all sorts of things, including using Ippon, using Gozuki. I mean, look at that. I had the anima to support it, and as a result, I was able to clinch that max ki, get that grapple, and now I'm just starting to add in extra layers of gameplay, which can make things a lot of fun. Whenever Otakemaru just refreshes his ki as he goes into either the yokai realm, into the dark realm, that's when you'll see me throw out an Ippon, just to deplete the max source of ki just that much more easily. And as you can see, can't really handle too much. A lot of pressure being dealt, already taken out, what is it, about 20% of his health, maybe a quarter of his health, I can't really tell. And so now I go into yokai shift, and you're going to see me do an inefficient use of this yokai shift, but with things like confusion and Nightmare Bringer just doing all the things, it's really not that big of a deal that I mess it up. I mean, we've gotten nearly 50% of his health taken out. I want to say close to 40%. So overall, I'm in good shape, and I've really been able to maintain a significant amount of momentum. But now I'm making a point to showcase the other cores aside from just the super stagger heavy cores, which I do use a lot because they're so darn valuable. And when you have the anima, it's great to be able to use them, but I want to show the value of other things, just so that you don't feel like this is just a stagger spam fest. Sanmyo Storm, cool, okay. I think I go for what I was trying to go for Tiger Claws, but then I forgot I'm using fists, so that's not really a possibility. But I'm not too concerned, because all things considered, the amount of ki damage I'm able to inflict with those stagger heavy cores is pretty remarkable. But again, don't worry, I will show more of the brute stuff, which is always a great option to work with this setup. Ippon, of course, I do use a lot. I use Ippon and Gozuki a lot, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you kinda are going to when they seem so appealing to use. Alright, here we go. Brute into Aberrant, into Reckless Charge, and just, here, what do I do here? I'm trying to see if when I would use Onryoki. I'm pretty sure I'd use it here. No, I use Aberrant. Still. Oh well, pretty cool. And stab. I'm pretty certain I do use the Brute Yokai Shift at some point. I do want to make it a point to do so. Alright, Otakemaru. Oh, I missed. That sucked. Fortunately, Lightning Stop saved me from getting electrified, and Gozuki just took care of the distance problem I may have with him. And then let's see what I go for now. Am I going to go for Beyond Infinity? Probably stop. Yeah, okay. That would make sense. Alright, let's see what's going down now. And here we go. We're getting pretty close, so just got to make sure not to get cocky and thrown off guard by certain attacks, such as that burst attack, which I fortunately avoided. And here we go. Let's see, what do we got? Deplete ki. Ooh, big punish time. I can throw out Kuroma's Sword Dance very safely. And now I definitely want to showcase some brute play. Onryoki once again. get a nice punish into brute form, and then I think I'm just going to finish this off with Inosasao Itsumade. Is that going to be it? Yeah. And then I was charging up a charge attack, and I wasn't able to pull it off, but fact of the matter is target's dead. So yeah, good shape. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was enjoyable, and of course, I will see you guys next time.